Yeah, I thought the dryer was shrinking my scout uniform. No, turns out it's the refrigerator. Hey everyone, in today's video, we're going to be talking about patrols. How many of them do you have? How big are they? How do I form mine? All that coming right up. Welcome back everybody, it's the SB Scouter, and if this is your first time joining us and you're ready to earn your YouTube merit badge, go ahead and click on the merit badge down in the corner right now to subscribe to the channel. So in today's video, we're talking patrols. Now when I first started as Scoutmaster, in some of the trainings that I took, they were telling us that scout patrol should be between 5 and 6 scouts. Over the years, that number has fluctuated, but now I think the perfect size for patrol is up in the 8 to 10 area. We know that kids these days are so much busier, so if we get 75% of our scouts to show up to an event, that's a success. So that's why having between 8 to 10 scouts in a patrol is beneficial, because if only 75% of them show up, you still have enough scouts to do the activity, to share the work, and to share the fun. Now, one topic of conversation that I see come up repeatedly is, what do you do with those newly bridged scouts? You know, the Weeble of threes. So I think that if you're lucky enough to get a large group of them, 8 to 10, they should be put in their own patrol. So then I look for one of my older scouts who need some position of responsibility time, and I ask them if they want to be a troop guide. A lot of the times those scouts will ask me, SB Scouter, what does a troop guide do? So I tell them, you know how I like to ask you a lot of questions to help you figure out what you should and shouldn't be doing? And they say, yeah, I just need you to do that with one of the new scouts who's going to be elected as patrol leader. Hopefully those new scouts bridged into your troop around February or March, so that way they've got enough time to get to know the other members of the troop, get to know the adult leaders, and be able to sign up for that first summer camp. And depending on how quickly they grasp the concepts of working within their own patrol, I'll keep the troop guide with them up until Camporee, which is usually around April or May in our council, or all the way up until summer camp. Usually by that time, they've had enough experience to start understanding what they need to do, how they should be acting, and there's always older scouts, assistant scoutmasters, and myself around to help convince them, advise them, force them. I mean, support them in whatever it is that they're going to do within their patrol. And the hope is that this patrol stays together as one solid, continuous patrol through the remainder of their scouting career with the troop. But what about the rest of the troop? Well, I like to keep my patrols age and grade based. I keep at least a middle school patrol and a high school patrol. When the troop numbers are up and we have really great participation from our scouts, we may look at arranging those patrols a little differently. An older and a younger middle school patrol, and an older and a younger high school patrol. And no matter how many patrols or how many scouts we have, there is always one patrol that has remained consistent since the founding of our troop. And that is our Screaming Eagle Patrol. The Screaming Eagles Patrol is made up of scouts who have achieved the rank of Eagle Scout. The hope is that by being put in a special patrol, they will remain active in the troop well after they've achieved the rank of Eagle. Maybe work towards some POMs, have an opportunity to give back and live up to those Eagle oaths and promises that they made, to pass on the knowledge that they received and mentor other scouts. Additionally, any scout who's 14 and older has the option of joining our newly formed venture crew in order to also continue their scouting career. Having a venture crew available and also scheduling it to meet on the same night as my regular troop meetings entices the scouts of those higher ranks to keep showing up and participating in the program. Sometimes they'll be working on venture crew requirements, and sometimes I may need to pull them in and use their wisdom and knowledge as an older scout to help mentor those new scouts. A lot of times I'll see comments online, or even when I use my Scoutmaster's magic question during the Scoutmaster conference and I talk to scouts, they say, well, I wish that the patrols were a little more intermingled, and that way the younger scouts have an opportunity to work with the older scouts. But I like to remind my scouts, young and old, that they're all showing up at the same night at the same troop meeting, and they're all in the same troop. Even if they're in different patrols, they still have that opportunity to learn from the older scouts or mentor the younger scouts every time we have a meeting. Using the examples of how schools are set up and how scouting programs in other parts of the world base their programs is the basis that I used in how I divide up scouts in my troop. In addition to that, I like to keep in mind the youth protection guidelines that point out that Scouts have to be within a 2-year age range in order to share a tent together. So now it's your turn, Scouters. How do you set up the patrols in your troop? Let me know in the comment section down below right now. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you see when I upload new videos. If you like what I had to say here, share it with a friend. Don't forget to keep it simple and make it fun, and we'll see you at the next one. This is the SSB Scouter saying goodnight.